Hello everyone and welcome to the module on integrating LifeComp, EntreComp and DigComp in EDI. The aim of this presentation is to provide you with an overview of the European competence frameworks, namely LifeComp, EntreComp and DigComp. These frameworks contribute to the European Commission's efforts to promote essential skills in entrepreneurship, EntreComp, skills in social, personal and lifelong learning, LifeComp, and digital competence, DigComp. Across diverse contexts and professions, they are valuable tools for individuals, educators, and employers seeking to assess, develop, and recognize competencies in these critical areas. The aim of this presentation is to provide you with an overview of the European competence frameworks, namely LifeComp, EntreComp, and DigComp. These frameworks contribute to the European Commission's efforts to promote essential skills in entrepreneurship, EntreComp, skills in social, personal and lifelong learning, LifeComp, and digital competence, DigComp. Across diverse contexts and professions, they are valuable tools for individuals, educators, and employers seeking to assess, develop, and recognize competencies in these critical areas. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to identify differences between the three frameworks, namely LifeComp, EntreComp, and DigComp. To start with, we will look at the following areas: an introduction of the origins of the frameworks, a definition of the term competence, followed by brief overviews of each of the three European competence frameworks. The key objectives and competence areas of each framework will be discussed. Finally, the similarities and differences between each will be mentioned. The presentation will conclude with a short synopsis of the presentation content and a list of references that are cited throughout the presentation. The Council of the European Union adopted a recommendation on key competences for lifelong learning in May 2018. The recommendation identifies 8 key competences essential to citizens for personal fulfillment, a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, employability, active citizenship, and social inclusion. All frameworks are descriptive and designed to support the development of entrepreneurial, life and digital skills competencies. Each framework identifies key areas of knowledge and skills required to improve competencies for success and efficiency in the workplace. What does competence mean? Well, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, a competency in an area is the ability to do something well and to perform to a specified standard. Taking this into consideration, the European competence frameworks promote the development of key competencies across various disciplines by offering tools to improve professional capacity of European citizens and organizations so that all learners can reach their full potential. This can happen through innovative learning approaches, assessment methods, or support to educational staff. Competencies such as communication, critical thinking, and problem-solving are essential for building inclusive work environments. For example, communication skills can ensure clear and respectful dialogue in multicultural teams. There are 8 key competencies for lifelong learning recommended by the EU for personal fulfillment, a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, employability, active citizenship, and social inclusion. They are literacy, multilingual, mathematical and science, technology and engineering, digital, personal, social and learning to learn, citizenship, entrepreneurship, that is using entrepreneurial thinking to create new ways to promote inclusivity, like supporting underrepresented groups in the workforce, and finally cultural awareness and expression. For the purpose of this module, we will focus on 3 of the key competencies: digital, personal, social and learning to learn, and entrepreneurship. Next is an overview of the social, personal and lifelong learning framework, otherwise known as LifeComp. Today's world is interconnected and it is changing rapidly. We all need to change and constantly adapt. Adaptation requires us to develop new skills, new know-how, new competencies throughout our entire life. LifeComp is key to building inclusive work environments by promoting self-awareness, empathy, and a growth mindset. These skills help individuals navigate diversity and collaborate effectively in multicultural teams. LifeComp areas of competencies. LifeComp is a conceptual framework. It is non-prescriptive and can be used as a basis for the development of curricular and learning activities. The framework describes 9 competencies that are structured in 3 intertwined competence areas, namely personal, social, and learning to learn. Personal. Self-regulation helps individuals manage biases and respond thoughtfully to diverse viewpoints. Social. Empathy and collaboration are essential for understanding and working effectively with colleagues from diverse backgrounds. Learning to learn. Critical thinking helps challenge stereotypes and supports inclusive environments. Now we will explain the different LifeComp competencies as they relate to building positive working relationships and environments. Personal competencies. Self-regulation. In the workplace, self-regulation is essential for managing one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, particularly in diverse environments. Being aware of biases and emotional triggers helps foster a more inclusive and respectful work environment. Flexibility. The ability to adapt to transitions and uncertainty is vital for embracing diversity in the workplace. Flexibility supports employees in facing challenges related to working with different cultures, perspectives, and values, promoting inclusivity. Well-being. Promoting physical, mental, and social health, along with sustainable practices, ensures a workplace that values and includes the well-being of all employees, supporting a diverse and inclusive environment. Social competencies. Empathy. Understanding and respecting the emotions and experiences of colleagues from diverse backgrounds is crucial for fostering an inclusive work culture. Empathy allows for better communication and collaboration within diverse teams. Communication. Adapting communication strategies to different contexts and respecting cultural nuances in language ensures that workplace interactions are inclusive and effective. This competency enhances EDI by recognizing the importance of varied communication styles. Collaboration. Engaging in teamwork while acknowledging and respecting differences promotes a collaborative work environment where all individuals feel valued and included, contributing to a stronger, more cohesive team dynamic. Learning to learn competencies. Growth mindset. Believing in the potential for continuous learning and improvement, both for oneself and others. This supports a workplace culture that values development and inclusivity. This mindset encourages employees to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Critical thinking. Assessing information and arguments critically is essential for supporting reasoned decision-making that takes diverse perspectives into account. This competency helps organizations make more inclusive and well-informed decisions. Managing learning. Planning, organizing, and reflecting on one's learning journey ensures that employees can develop skills continuously. It also supports the development of inclusive practices by encouraging self-awareness and adaptability in learning. Now we will consider an overview of the Entrepreneurship Competence Framework. According to the JRC Policy Document 2016, the Entrepreneurship Competence Framework, also known as EntreComp, offers a tool to improve the entrepreneurial capacity of European citizens and organizations. EntreComp aims to establish a bridge between the worlds of education and work. According to the EU Science Hub, EntreComp describes entrepreneurship as a lifelong competence, identifies and describes the elements that make someone entrepreneurial, and establishes a common reference for initiatives dealing with entrepreneurial learning. EntreComp promotes creative thinking and innovation, which can be used to develop diversity programs or improve accessibility in the workplace. EntreComp consists of 3 competence areas. Ideas and opportunities involve competencies such as spotting opportunities, creativity, vision, valuing ideas, and ethical and sustainable thinking. Resources comprise of self-awareness and self-efficacy, motivation and perseverance, mobilizing resources, financial and economic literacy and mobilizing others. And finally, into action, comprises of taking the initiative, planning and management, coping with ambiguity, uncertainty and risk, working with others and learning through experience. An overview of the Digital Competence Framework for Citizens. The Digital Competence Framework for Citizens (DigComp) provides a common understanding to identify and describe the key areas of digital competence. This EU-wide tool aims to help policymakers formulate related initiatives and plan education and training initiatives to improve proficiency of specific target groups while improving citizens' digital competence. Digital skills are essential for ensuring that digital platforms are accessible and inclusive, enabling people from all backgrounds to fully participate in the workplace. The DigComp areas of competencies. The DigComp framework identifies the key components of digital competence in 5 areas. Dimension 1. Information and data literacy. Ensure that data collection and analysis are free from bias. Promoting equitable decision-making in the workplace. To articulate information needs. To locate and retrieve digital data, information and content. To judge the relevance of the source and its content. To store, manage and organize digital data, information and digital content. Communication and collaboration. To interact, communicate and collaborate through digital technologies while being aware of cultural and generational diversity. To participate in society through public and private digital services and participatory citizenship. To manage one's digital presence, identity and reputation. Digital content creation. Create accessible digital content that represents diverse perspectives and is usable by individuals with disabilities. To create and edit digital content. To improve and integrate information and content into an existing body of knowledge while understanding how copyright and licenses are to be applied. To know how to give understandable instructions for a computer system. Safety. Protect personal data to ensure privacy for all employees, especially those from vulnerable groups. To protect devices, content, personal data and privacy in digital environments. To protect physical and psychological health. And to be aware of digital technologies for social well-being and social inclusion. To be aware of the environmental impact of digital technologies and their use. Problem solving. To identify needs and problems, and to resolve conceptual problems and problem situations in digital environments. To use digital tools to innovate processes and products, to keep up to date with the digital evolution. Similarities across the 3 competency frameworks. The European competence frameworks for the 3 key competencies: digital competence, personal, social and learning to learn competence, and entrepreneurship competence, all encompass a combination of knowledge, skills and attitudes. All 3 competence frameworks were developed to promote and sustain lifelong learning and to give learners opportunities to reach their full potential. While each framework focuses on different competencies, all 3 share the goal of fostering skills that support inclusivity, diversity, and ethical decision-making in the workplace. Differences between the 3 competence frameworks. The differences include that each framework has a different set of competence areas that should be addressed in training and education, whether that is formal education or professional training. Each framework covered in this presentation is specific to developing competencies needed in digital, personal, social, and learning to learn and entrepreneurship. Thank you for joining us today. In this presentation, we explored 3 European competence frameworks: LifeComp, EntreComp, and DigComp. These frameworks provide essential competencies to help individuals and organizations thrive in diverse, inclusive, and digital workplaces. LifeComp focuses on personal, social, and learning to learn competencies that help foster self-awareness, empathy, and critical thinking, essential for creating inclusive environments. EntreComp promotes entrepreneurial skills like spotting opportunities, creativity, and ethical thinking, which can be applied to develop innovative solutions to EDI challenges in the workplace. DigComp enhances digital competence by focusing on digital literacy, collaboration, and content creation, ensuring that digital spaces are accessible and inclusive for all employees. Together, these frameworks enable individuals and organizations to create inclusive, diverse, and equitable workplaces by developing competencies that support lifelong learning, innovation, and digital transformation. Here you can see a list of the references used throughout the presentation. These sources will assist you in researching more deeply into the EU competency frameworks. Thank you for listening. I hope this presentation has provided you with a deeper understanding of the current European competency frameworks.